Hey, I have the updated version of the Tesla coil I've been working on. Theoretically, like the Tesla coil. This is a 4-capacitor saltwater jar system. Ran from a neon transformer. Again, I started with the danger high voltage because that explains it all. Behind there, those where I had the spark gap. I placed it in front of it just to kind of keep the arcing light down so you could do some more with the lighting from the top, things like that. But it is neat with the jars like this. So I have them all mounted together, and again they're sitting on top of the transformer. The secondary coil here, there's just the wire comes up at the top, wraps around 1,000 times, goes straight down through, and comes out as a ground wire. I taped it up so no radiance or anything could go to it, or help protect it a little better anyways. I use some plastic cylinders to keep this off of the top of the transformer. Again, there's a lot of high voltage, we don't want to short anything out. So then all this is very dangerous down here, pretty much. Here down, you don't want to touch any of that. Power comes out of the transformer, stores up in parallel through those 4 homemade capacitors, wraps through this 2.5, 3-coil system here, arcs out across the spark gap, and inducts power to the inner coil. This inner coil does not touch the outer one at all. But then it increases voltage as it straight up and out the top. There's still a little amperage coming directly to this point. So you can get a good little poke off of there still if you went directly to that with your finger and you don't filter it through a bulb or something along those lines. I bet you too, if this tower was taller, had maybe another 1,000 plus turns, we could bet yet increase the voltage and lose some more of the amperage. I haven't put a toy rod on the top, but if you do, usually that's to kind of serve as a capacitor. It stores up a little bit of the energy before it disperses it out into the air. Pretty cool though. Nonetheless, right now I've been messing around with some different light bulbs and things, just for fun, just to see the types of stuff I could do. This was a failed version, I've cut away some of the wire to use it for other things, but this is a working light bulb. It's just fluorescent. Here, just taking some of those right there. And let's see what else we got. This here was off of a barn light. This is a 65-watt fluorescent. This thing was dead. But I've been messing around with it, and this does re-excite the gases and brings them back to life a little bit. We also have Christmas lights. They're plugged in right there. They kind of go up and drape across some of the wire racks here and then just kind of hang. That's kind of cool, so we're going to look to see those come on. And we might use this old globe of a plasma ball to show that. And maybe some neon, maybe a long fluorescent tube, I'm not sure. I'm not going to explain them because when this machine is running, it is quite loud. So we'll leave it at that. I'll turn the lights off. Oh, quickly. This here. I'm working on a secondary tower to receive the transmission. It's not, again, quite ready yet for this new system. I want to make them identical. So when we get to that bridge, I'll do another video on that. But for now, let's shut these lights down and let's give this thing a shot and see what we can do. So I have a little bit of fun. That can get really bright when you go directly to it. Alright, I'm gonna grab a, looking for a regular light bulb here. You know what, everything is a mess everywhere in this garage. Okay, so I'm not finding the 52 watt light bulb, but I do have this. This is a dead old clear bulb. I mean, there's no part numbers or anything left on it. It doesn't even tell you, you know, what the wattage was. It's a 120 volt bulb though, that I can tell you. But we're gonna fire it up and see what we can do with this. I was taking one last look over here on the bench, but I don't see anything, so let's go. I'll show you that in the dark. So there you have it for now. That is my version of the Tesla coil. I'm still working on it, doing some improvements, and like I said, I'm going to make a much larger tower. Coil wire right here. So we're going to work on a new one here very shortly and see what we can do. I'm going to make a different variety of capacitors too, and maybe make some saltwater diodes and stuff, and also see what else we can do again with the transmission here, you know, from this secondary tower. That's going to be quite interesting. So for now, wishing everybody a great night. If you have any questions or comments, or if there's anything you'd like to pass along, ideas, suggestions, drop them in the comment box. I'll do my best to answer all of you, and I'll keep you up to date with further